8 minutes. That's how long AI took to build a fully working invoice management system with tax calculations, PDF export feature, payment tracking, and a dashboard. But just a year ago, it used to take 2-3 works of a mid-level developer in my team. I run a 10% software development agency, and I'm building software for last 7 to 8 years, mainly in blockchain and AI domain. And currently, all my developers in my team write 99% of their code using AI. So, is it over for software developers? Short answer no, but also it's kind of complicated. So I'm going to break down exactly what is happening, what is changing, and what you should do about it using live demos and real numbers and statistics from my agency. So let's get into it. Okay, so first let me show you what is happening real time inside my business. Last year around time Jan 2025, we got a client requirement for building a asset management portal for the private properties. It should have all the dashboard feature, listing of properties, and showing real-time revenues, all for the property managers or owners. On the client side, they also needed a booking portal for the client to be able to see all the properties. It would contain features like email integration, payment gateway integration, all the push notification kind of stuffs. All the typical features was there. So I deployed couple of developers, one front end and one back end developer for this project, and we delivered this product to the customer in 4 to 5 weeks. But now in Jan 2026, we get similar kind of requirement, and I just deploy only one developer to that project, and we build it in less than 10 days. So whatever it used to take 4 to 6 weeks with two developers in a project, now it takes only one developer within maybe 7 to 8 days for building the initial MVP itself. Let me show you actual metrics from my agency, and I want you to pay attention to the last one because it is the most important one. So the first big insight is AI didn't replace any developers in my team, but it made every developer worth of three other developers. It sounds actually great until you realize what's the math happening, which is changing the whole software development industry. If one developer can do three developers work, and what will happen to the other two developers? So I built a framework for thinking about this. I call it the build complexity spectrum, and I want you to figure out which level your work falls on. Level 1 is AI solo, no human needed, because landing pages, portfolio sites, simple dashboards, basic mobile apps, internal tools with no integration, to-do apps, weather apps, blog sites. AI builds these perfectly right now. If this is what you do for a living, and I'm going to be direct, you are already replaceable. Not in 2 years, but now. A non technical person with Lovable or Bolt or Claude Code can build these in an afternoon. So the survival time for you is zero. And level 2 is AI builds and human reviews. One developer instead of three. So this is where examples like CRMs, booking systems, e-commerce stores, standard SaaS features, workflow tools, dashboard with API integration. In this, all these examples, AI does 70 to 80%, and one developer obviously reviews it, fixes edge cases, handles the integration, and this is where most of the agency works lives right now. And this tier is getting compressed fast. So survival time for them is 12 to 18 months before it is very painful. Next is level 3, human leads, AI assists. Team still is needed, but examples like multi-system integrations, legacy migrations, complaints heavy bills like healthcare sector, finance sector, legal sector, and systems like complex real-time systems, projects where 5 different API needs to talk to each other and none of them have good documentation. So these type of work involves human architects to make good decisions, and also AI can assist writing the code and humans kind of direct them. So this is where the money is moving right now, and survival time for them is could be years, probably a long time maybe. And next is level 4, which is fully human. AI can't touch this. Examples include client discovery calls, project scoping, figuring out what the actual client needs versus what they said they need, negotiating scope changes, managing a team, and conversation at 2 a.m. when the production is down and the client is panicking. This is where no AI can help. Survival time for them is forever, but you need to actually develop these skills. So, which level is your work? Be honest with yourself. Drop your level in the comments. I want to see the distribution, how it is working. And Here is the thing that most people miss. You don't have to stay at your current level. You can move up, and that's literally the whole strategy. And I'll show you how in a minute. But first, there is a disruption coming that's even bigger than AI writing code. And almost nobody is talking about it. Let me show you something that scared me more than any AI coding demo. I'm going to pretend I'm a gym owner. I don't know what JavaScript is. I don't know what a database is. I definitely don't know what an API is. I just know I want a member check-in app. So let me type this prompt, build me a gym member check-in app. Members can scan QR code on arrival. I see a dashboard with peak hours and attendance, add monthly billing. Very simple prompt. So this is a working application built by someone who can't code. Took just 3 to 5 minutes, would have cost 1 to 2 lakhs rupees from an agency 6 months ago or 1 year ago. So this is called vibe coding, as everyone knows. MIT Technology Review named it one of the 10 breakthrough technologies of 2026, and it's not a toy anymore. 41% of all code written globally right now is AI generated. It's not developer using these tools. It's regular people building apps for themselves. TechCrunch reported on a growing trend called micro apps. Regular people building custom tools for their own specific needs. For example, a woman built a restaurant recommendation app for her friend group in 7 days with zero coding or technical experience. And I'm already feeling this in my business. Last month, I lost a couple of projects to client who said something requirements, and I code them, and they finally said we build it ourselves. So here is my prediction based on what I am seeing. Already happening, non-technical founders building MVP themselves, and in next 6 months, business operation teams building their own internal tools, and in next 12 to 18 months, the entire sub 3 lakh project market is gone from agencies like us. And what grows is projects above 5 to 10 lakh, complex systems, integrations, anything where someone needs to be accountable when things break. The bottom of the market is disappearing, but the top of the market, it's still expanding, because every business now wants AI integrated into everything, and they need people who can actually do that, not just generate a to-do application from a prompt. Okay, I spent the last 6 months figuring out how to adapt my agency and my team to do all of this. I boiled it down to 3 moves. I call it the 3S framework, and this isn't generic career advice. These are specific actions with specific timelines. Yes, number one, which is speed. Timeline we can target is 1 month. If you're writing code line by line in 2026, you are the developer equivalent of someone who refuses to use a calculator because they prefer doing math by hand. I respect the principle, but the market does not. Here is what to do literally today. Take your current project or a side project, build the entire next feature using Claude Code or Cursor. Don't touch the code manually. Let the AI generate everything, and then you review it, fix what is broken, and time the whole thing, how much time it actually takes for doing this. And when you see that a feature that would have taken you 2 days, which took 40 minutes, your brain will rewire and you will never go back. When I made this switch mandatory in my agency, 3 developers pushed back, said they wanted to understand every line, and I told them the developer at the agency competing with us who uses AI will ship in 1 week. What takes you 3? The client doesn't pay for understanding, they pay for delivery, right? So all the 3 eventually switched. 2 of them are now faster than they have ever been. One still complains about it, but still he meets his deadlines. So I don't care. 2 is stack. Timeline maybe in next couple of months. Speed gets you the baseline, stack gets you the moat. So here is what I mean. AI can generate code in any language for any generic use case, but what it cannot do is understand why a specific healthcare app needs to store data differently because of local compliance laws, or why a financial trading system needs sub-millisecond latency on specific operations, or why your client's legacy ERP from 2009 return states in a format that doesn't exist in any documentation. So the point I'm trying to make is domain knowledge is your competitive advantage now, not framework knowledge, not language knowledge, industry knowledge. Pick one, go deep into it, become the developer who understands healthcare and builds software, or understand logistics and build software, or understand finance and build software. So next specific action on your very next project, keep a running document. Write down every decision the AI couldn't make, every edge case you caught because you understood the business context, every time a client explained something that required human judgment to translate into technical requirements. And why so? That document is your career mode. Build your entire professional identity around those skills. Yes, number three is sell. In next 6 months, maybe you can target it. This is the part developers don't want to hear. Even I don't like hearing sell, but it's the most important S of all three. The highest revenue developer on my team is not my best coder, not even close. They are the one who best understand what clients need, communicates it clearly, and deliver using AI at speed. They close more projects, build more, and get more referrals than technically stronger developers. In the AI era, your ability to understand a human, figure out their problem, propose a solution, and deliver it fast, and that's the entire game. The coding part, AI handles most of that now. So if you're employed, asked to sit on one client meeting, just observe what is happening, learn how requirements actually get communicated, and if you're freelancing, stop waiting for Upwork or Fiverr for leads. Send 10 messages this week to businesses that you think you could help. Or if you run a software development agency like me, stop selling development hours, start selling outcomes. Not we will build you a CRM for 2 lakh, instead we'll build you an entire system that automates your follow-ups, increases your conversion rate, which is same deliverable, completely different value proposition, right? So to summarize 3S, speed becomes 3-5x faster using AI tools this month. Stack, pick one industry, go deep into it, build your moat next 3 months, and sell. Learn to turn technical skills into business outcomes maybe in next 6 months. Do all three and you are not replaceable, you are more valuable than ever. Let me end with this. I'm not worried about AI replacing my agency. I'm more worried about another agency owner who adopts AI faster than me, replacing my agency. The threat was never the technology, but it's always the person who uses it better. Software development as we knew it for the last 20 years, sitting down, writing code all day, getting paid purely for your ability to type instructions a computer can understand, and that era is ending. What's replacing it is something I think is actually better, where developers think more and type less, where a small team builds what used to take 50 people, where the barrier to creating software basically disappears. That's exciting, right? And honestly, a little terrifying, both at the same time. I'm documenting how my agency adapts to all of this, real projects with real statistics, real decisions, real mistakes. So if you want to follow that journey, subscribe and tell me which level of the complexity spectrum are you on. And drop 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the comments, and I read every single one. And see you in the next one.